Basically, just want to go over how we consume things mentally, physically, and spiritually, and how these things provoke us, and how we can kind of try to take a step back to dictate the things that we consume to lead a little bit more of a healthier lifestyle. Peace and love, family. My name is Kiyoshi. This is the No Scope Podcast, and today we got a wonderful guest, my boy Free to God. And today's topic is consumption. Basically, just want to go over how we consume things mentally, physically, and spiritually, and how these things provoke us, and how we can kind of try to take a step back to dictate the things that we consume to lead a little bit more of a healthier lifestyle. In this day and age where everything can be accessed in abundance, it's even harder to filter the things we consume on a daily basis. Setting up a mental framework that allows you to focus on your own thoughts, aspirations, and feelings will help us lead a life of fulfillment and achievement. Um, at the end of the day, it's like if you don't have a filtration process of the things that you take in and the things that you let provoke you and have an effect on you, you'll always run into roadblocks in the sense of just attaining the things you want to attain and operating in the way that you would like to operate. What are your thoughts on the subject?
Nah, I agree 103. As far as having that derivative, we all need it, you feel me? And that's just for the overall alignment, bro. It's holistic, it's aid to that holistic feel, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like I love that. That's actually been one of the things that you helped me like pick up on in the sense of just taking everything as a like try to approach everything in a holistic way. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the conversation of like self development, the things we eat, the rituals we just have on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, those are the things that is a part of the things that we consume in our consumption. So, yeah, man, we just got to take the time to really like dictate and see if these things are helping us or not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to go and just kind of go through the how we consume things mentally, physically, and spiritually, and just kind of touch on each one individually. And I feel like just splitting it up like that could be of more service. We are endlessly influenced by the media, news, and social media. Being aware of this, we must curate a healthier mental diet by filtering what we consume on a daily basis. I think about this systematically in the way that you curate your mental model. And for me, it's as simple as asking the question, does this serve me in my purpose? If yes, I embrace it. If not, it's not for me. Um, I feel like for me, it has to be black and white like that, especially being a man. It's like there's, if it's for me, then it's for me. If it's not, it's probably leading me away from the direction that I'm trying to go. And it's like, that's the type of life that this is. You got to be willing to sacrifice your old life for your new one. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's been something that I personally found myself struggling with in the sense of just having old habits constantly be something that I'm struggling with because I wasn't able to address that. It's because of what I'm allowing myself to consume. I'm not having that filtration process of like, is this for me or is it not?
Nah, for sure. I feel like the way a lot of people consume things is based off of emotion, you know what I'm saying? Or what their
Mm,
current emotion is, they may be consuming in that way, whether it be something they're eating or what they're just prone to endless scrolling or having that attachment to the phone in general. It's like a phone is a tool for real. That's what it was
mm,
created. It was a tool created to help people communicate from a distance. So why is it being used for everything else?
mm.
There's obviously a purpose. You know what I mean? So let's not be distracted or fall to the distraction of social media. Yes, it's cool. We use it. You know what I'm saying? It's a tool. But you know what I mean? The endless scrolling and consuming the social media, not being the producer,
Mm.
that really is the difference. Especially if you're trying to lead a life or your vision or what you're saying is in alignment with what you're trying to do. Endless scrolling, how is that profitable? How is that supposed to do anything beneficial for you?
Nah, it's man. That's from personal experience. I can realize that that's probably been one of the hardest like barriers I've had to get past because I come from a generation where I had a phone sixth grade. You know what I'm saying? And Instagram. I've literally had my Instagram for like over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm 24 now. I had it when I was like 12, 13. Like I had it all through these years where it's like
For sure.
I'm commenting. I'm able to message girls. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it comes from that realm of just that being incorporated with my lifestyle to such a deep way that by the time I got of age, you know what I'm saying, to where I'm trying to pursue certain things, it's like it was hard for me to, you know what I'm saying, take a step back to be like, wow, I'm really addicted. You know what I'm saying? I really like, it's hard for me to not, like, there's been certain, like, whenever I really realized it, it's like I'd be with the thought process of like, let me not be on my phone. I'll realize I'm on it, scroll it off, and then literally go back, open back up like instantly. And I've been like, whoa, whoa. That's when I gotta put the, you know what I'm saying? I gotta turn the phone off type. So it's like having that type of self awareness in that way is like step one to knowing of how these things are affecting you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta just have that analysis process. I think always having a process of self analysis, looking back and saying like, how did this week go? What certain things happened and how did it provoke me? What type of things did I let influence me, and how can I do a better job of making sure that these things that I allowed to influence me and come into my life, come into just even the things I listen to, you know what I'm saying, the words that I let, the people that I let around me, things of that nature. I think that if you are making sure that you're filtering what that is and making sure it's is provoking in a positive way, you're always going to lead a more fulfilling life, I feel like.
Absolutely, bro. That's absolute.
Absolutely. I make sure your hobbies and interests are rooted in being a driving force towards your success and well-being. I realized that in this day and age, a lot of the music that's being put out, even art, I'm a painter, and I know that most of the artists says that it comes from a place of suffering and pain, and that's the best art, you know what I'm saying? But, and all the music, like I was saying, is talking about violence, somebody doing somebody dirty, money, hoes, bitches, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine. So it's like, it's hard to weave these things out, you know what I'm saying, because they're so normalized, you know what I'm saying? They're so just put in your face on a consistent basis. Most people don't realize certain things they lean into may be rooted in gossip, self-sabotage, or just straight up negativity. And this is almost necessarily a sickness in a way.
Fact.
So being in a constant pursuit of impeccable health, mentally, physically, and spiritually, will always serve you. Um, Man, it's so funny to really think about this concept because it seems like something that's maybe has so much depth to it, and you gotta like think about it from such a deeper place to be able to maybe understand what parts of your life are you consume that provokes you in either a positive or negative way. But at the end of the day, it's like I said, for me, it's like black and white. It's just you have to go moment by moment and ask like, is this for me? You know what I'm saying? Is this going to guide me in the direction that I want to go and help me achieve the things that I want to achieve, or is it going to take me away from that?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Is it healthy for real?
Absolutely.
Is this beneficial? How is this giving me knowledge, giving me strength, giving me advice, giving me monetary tips? If it's not feeding me in any sort of way, it's not uplifting my spirit, I'm not at least laughing. You see what I'm saying? Like, what am I here for?
Nah, absolutely. Nah, that's funny, especially about the laughing part. Like, I definitely think that that even goes into the part of physical consumption, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I think that having I realized that in my work, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be so focused on, nah, I got to sit here and edit this video. I got to sit here and just stay locked in. But it's like
Yeah.
the moment I gave myself a little leeway to, you know what I'm saying, go laugh at something or just go enjoy, you know what I'm saying, put a quick smile on my face, like I had a little bit more energy to go back in there and do a couple more hours. You know what I'm saying? It just gave me that little breathing room a little bit. It just helped with the vibration I was on, you know what I'm saying, just in general. So
Easily.
definitely. Our bodies are designed to serve us in relation to the way we treat it. An unhealthy lifestyle may include eating unhealthy, low physical activity, and consuming toxins. They all play a part in decreasing your quality of life. Um, Man, it's crazy the effects that working out and just changing my diet has had on me. I think that from my personal spiritual journey and just my journey of just self development in general, it definitely started with um, changing my diet. Like first thing was cutting. I didn't stop eating meat cold turkey, but I became a pescatarian. Then I stopped eating meat and started focusing on just eating more fruits, getting my herbs in and stuff like that. And just the way that I my like it's funny, like my vibration, my vibe, you know what I'm saying, and just how I felt on a daily basis was just so much higher, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying. And I know you definitely have like can relate in that way because like there's been several tips that you give me in the sense of just like physical health in that way.
For
Um,
sure.
what is how does like working out help you with your mental framework in the sense of just like what type of benefits do you feel like going to the gym and like physical health has like affected you in the most ways?
Mm. I had to say with physical health, it's like the significance is gonna be different to everybody. You feel me? Especially with what everybody's trying to achieve by it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, you know what I mean, it's something that aids to my focus. You know what I mean? It helps me get into a space of knocking stuff down. All right, what's next? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because especially when you lifting, all right, we doing this, all right, boom, curls, and then after the curls, we going, so, all right, what's next? What's next? What's next? And you thinking whenever you trying to get it in, you're not working out just, oh, let me go in the gym and do what I got to do. No, I'm in here trying to get it in. I
Yeah.
want results. I came here to work. You feel me? So that's what we need to be doing. You feel me? So when it comes to the gym, when it comes to life, we need to be putting in that work. So just having
Mm,
it helps me get into that mode of
that mode.
let me stay focused. You feel me? Like let me get on point. All right, what's next? Let me knock this out. After I done, it can be lately. It's become more so of a pattern for me and my family. You know what I mean? With the major things we basically done before 11. That's
Mm,
some studies included. The kids. You know what I mean? All of the above, bro. So it's like getting up sooner, knocking them things out early, getting
mm.
that exercise in, that extra focus, that discipline, that smacking yourself real quick, like, hey, wake up, hey, now
Yeah.
now you active. You feel me? Like that's how you know what I mean, that's how
Facts. Absolutely. Definitely that charge up. I definitely feel that. For me, I definitely feel like it giving me that same type of mental framework in the sense of like you said, putting in that work. Like what's this set? Just because I just did that set, I got another one right after. I don't even that don't even exist. You know what I'm saying? What I did. It's more about what's next and
I
just
want more.
pushing forward. Yeah, exactly. That grit mindset. It definitely helps with that in a lot of ways.
Yes, God.
Certain practices like breath work, exercise, diet planning, and so much more can help you improve your body's functionality to serve you in greater ways. Man, it's so funny because there's so many ways to access the information about how workout plans, diet plans, like there's it's so accessible in this day and age that if you don't have the health that you see yourself ideally having is we just got to start taking more accountability for the decisions we make on a day by day choice. You know what I'm saying? And the thing, like,
Absolutely.
I really look at it, and I'll speak at least from a man, like from my perspective of a man, of how a man should operate. But I heard that the life of a man is each moment succeeding the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, never even applauding yourself, patting you on the back. It's more just like I've done 5, I need to do 6. That's the only, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's in my consciousness right now. You feel me?
Yes, God.
Um,
That's power, bro.
Definitely. It's funny because for me, I actually, whenever I went to like just try to put this type of conversation together, I found myself losing or blurring the lines between like the body and then the spiritual, you know what I'm saying, in a certain sense, or just even the mental, you know what I'm saying, all of them, the connectivity, because the emotions in a way is like the gateway through all that. And I feel like in a certain way, because it's like whenever you are anxious, you breathe a certain way, you know what I'm saying, your cells and your the hairs on your skin, you know what I'm saying, start to move in a certain way. So it's like you literally vibrate at a certain frequency. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Fact.
all of that stuff is like I don't know if there is a separation in that type of way that maybe we're describing it, but taking the time to step back and make sure that all of these aspects are aligned, I feel like is the best way to find that collective alignment. You know what I'm saying? So in the conversation of spiritual consumption, I feel like it's best that we maybe try to align our understandings or at least try to set a median that we kind of can just go based off of. But I found this answer to be quite helpful in understanding what is spiritual consumption. Spiritual consumption refers to the intake of content, experiences, or practices that nourish and enrich one's inner self, beliefs, and sense of purpose. It encompasses activities like meditation, prayer, and engagement with nature aimed at cultivating a deeper connection to the self, others, and the universe. Spiritual consumption often involves seeking meaning, transcendence, and fulfillment beyond materialistic pursuits. I find myself to be a very spiritual person. I know that you are as well. And the fact that I feel like I've always been that way, I think that the spirituality within a person helps them tap into their intuition, helps them be in tune with synchronicities, you know what I'm saying? Know how to read certain messages whenever they come. And I don't know, maybe you touch on that in the sense of like, how do you go about reading life in that way? You know what I'm saying? What type of connection do you have with your spirituality, your God, and how do you go about trying to discern messages as they come? Like what's a red flag or not a red flag, a green flag whenever you feel like God's trying to talk to you, you know what I'm saying, or something coming in through the synchronicity or something of that nature.
I feel like in waves, it's either one or the other. Being one in waves of gratitude, like I'll find myself finding like a high emotion about something or super passionate about something, and
Mm.
then I'll just get hit with a wave of gratitude. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Literally out of nowhere, just a wave of gratitude, bro. So it's like that in itself just centers me. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I feel like that right there, primarily. Or like I said, if I am in a low vibrational place, you feel me? Or not thinking like in a dark place or nothing of that nature, just finding myself feeling unbalanced rather. Same thing. I'll feel this wave of gratitude, bro. And then I'm like, all right, bet, right back on track. What we doing? We ain't missing a beat. Who? Me? FRWE? No.
Yeah. Nah, that's that energy you gotta have, man. That's all it's about. Cause nah, I definitely resonate with that, definitely, man. Especially where I'm at in life right now. I think that having that type of grit or that's just that self love, you know what I'm saying? To really like just stand on what you believe in, you know what I'm saying? Have a driving force like, nah, what I'm doing right now is what it is and I'm gonna make it there, and you gotta have self confidence in that way, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see yourself at a higher place to be able to have that visualization of seeing you at the place that you see yourself at, you know what I'm saying? Like going ahead and just using your imagination to actualize that, like in the quantum realm or the spiritual realm, you know what I'm saying, as you could say. Look at the journey of spiritual growth as an adventurous voyage across a treacherous ocean. Knowing that flow can be aggressive, but engaging with that flow will lead to eventual stillness. Cultivating a sense of purpose and meaning will be a beacon of light to your becoming. A spiritual journey certain to lead to alignment. And I think that using water as a analogy to try to understand this concept is always resonates, you know what I'm saying, just in the sense of its fluidity, you know what I'm saying? It can take different forms, you know what I'm saying? And just it can be powerful, it can be calm, it could be aggressive, you know what I'm saying? It could be so just understanding that the journey of spiritual growth is kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like most of the times that we've maybe probably make the most breakthrough or make the most progress in our journey of self development is probably the darkest times, you know what I'm saying, where we went through the worst thing or we felt the worst we ever felt, you know what I'm saying? It's like those times give us a something to measure ourselves by. You know what I'm
That
saying?
fire,
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. Um, it's funny because whenever you were talking about getting that wave of gratitude, I know it's definitely got to come from the babies. 9 times out of 10. Like,
yeah. 20 times out of 10, bro. It is, like I said, they, man, there's no better feeling than being a father, bro. Like, none, bro. I don't know. I mean, I know everybody will have their day to experience that. You feel me? And I feel like you'll be a great pop for sure.
bro,
You
I
feel
can't
me?
wait.
You're gonna be a great father, bro, for sure. No debate.
Thank you,
You
bro.
out here already setting the pace early. That's what we need. More people, more you setting the pace. You feel me? And cultivating a space in several different dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, artistically, trying to touch base on spirituality as well as mental, physical. You feel me? Like all of these things factor in, bro. Like pouring in and being the prime example. You can't do that just to be able to say something to somebody or point your finger. Like we gotta understand that too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Mm.
that's a lot of people especially within our age range, were raised by, you know what I mean, the parent mostly pointing their finger rather than trying to embrace the child more so
Mm,
and feel where they're trying to take you to. You know what I mean? Your child is a person, you know what I mean? Sometimes what you think they be saying, oh, you've been here before, you know what I'm saying, when you growing up. Because you was
absolutely.
fast paced, you know what I'm saying, as far as being more enlightened and a little faster upstairs than kids, you know what I mean? So it is what it is when it comes to that, bro. We got to shed that light and continue to lead by example, bro. Because if we continue to allow the consumption at a mass rate of nothing but sell this, you know what I'm saying, twerk that, only fan, you feel me? Like
Yeah, nah, straight up
not to
the
knock
ignorance.
anybody who get it in, you feel me? Like to each spirit is on, you feel me? You know what I mean? Do your thing. Like have you envision your life going is your path, but let's be sure and be clear that when you trying to actually make an impact for a change of something better and you trying to speak about being a better person and being grateful, that's the true act. Is to do something noble or honorable that you're true to in favor of. You know what I mean? Give back to the youth, lead the youth, giving, being in tune with nature and your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? We doing too much extra stuff. You know what I mean? Not actually putting in the legwork and trying to create platforms and spaces and places for more people to get it in. You feel me? Like and be in a mix and create something for somebody else.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah, facts. I
You got
think
unity, bro.
absolutely. I know that, especially the way that we're going about our brand is first and foremost the leading drive is to be in service. You know what I'm saying? How can we use this medium of art to serve? You know what I'm saying? Just straight up and down. How can we look at artistic concepts? How can we look at music? How can we look at design and fashion and every all of these artistic concepts and use them to elevate our experience, our energy, our environment, and just level up. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like using art in this way is like it's almost like a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like music. I know everybody can relate. There's that certain song that every time it come on, it's either going it could turn you up, you on fire. As soon as the beat come on, you whole head turn, you running into the other room. You know what I'm saying? Like that's energy. That's
What?
something to be used. You
For
know what
sure.
I'm saying? Like definitely. Um, like art, you know what I'm saying? Especially for me as a painter, like there's certain the colors all have a vibration. You know what I'm saying? All of these shapes, certain forms, the way curves, boxes, all of these things have a vibrational signature to them, and just understanding how to consume these to lead us to the way that we're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? If we can start with that being the forefront of how we live our lives, I think that we'll always have an endless amount of just drive to get to the destination. You know what I'm saying? Get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
Absolute. Absolute, bro.
Um, the role of art in consumption. Art is a multifaceted force that deeply impacts our well being on mental, physical, and spiritual levels. Whether through paintings, music, or literature, art has the power to evoke emotions, spark creativity, and fuel personal growth, shaping our experiences and perceptions of the world. Um, I always love touching on this point that I know for a fact that not everybody has an understanding of how deeply art has been used throughout the ages to provoke vibrations, to tell stories, to get messages across, to lie, to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, uh, man, it's so funny that at the end of the day, I feel like most people can really understand the power of music. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's a place that most people probably resonate with, just because it's just a easy. You could just throw something on and just experience it like that. You know what I'm saying? And it could be it touches so many parts of the type of people that we are, in the sense of provoking our visceral senses. You know what I'm saying? Our the part of us that's tapped into that spiritual realm, that dimension that just make you have that rhythm. You know, that makes you have that energy to be able to be tapped into it. And I think that the more you're trying to align the mental, physical, and spiritual things that you consume, the more easier you're going to be able to get output from your actions. You know what I'm saying? You're going to receive a higher investment on your time that you spend, the energy that you put out, and things of that nature.
It's, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we talking about really with harmony. You know what I'm saying? Being in harmony and being
Mm.
in tune. Like, what are you juggling and maintaining? What's being fruitful? You know what I mean? Primarily, you feel me?
Absolutely, yeah, man. And it's funny because it always is like a juggle or a delicate dance like that, like walking on a tightrope. Just it's you always have to be in that process of like reassessing. Like even if it's been something that's been for you for so long, you got to look back and ask, the next day is this for me? You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be the day that it's not. It's time for you to move to a new chapter, a new environment, a new group of friends or group of people that you find yourself being around, new job, a new lane that you want to take your life. You know what I'm saying? Anything. So I don't know. At the end of the day, man, it's I feel like the things that you consume, like you are what you eat. That saying is so true in the sense of just consumption. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the food that you eat and all has a vibration as well, but
Mm-hmm.
just curating your complete experience to be of service to you is how you can just literally it's like a cheat code to upgrade yourself, like in a video game. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's how I look at it.
For sure. We should be eating real right. We should be investing in nature and the things around us. You feel me? The people around us. You know what I mean? Acts of service to not only people but to nature, to
Mm.
God, to whatever you believe. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the essence of your spirituality is what you should be tapped into and providing for it in acts of service as well. You know what I mean? That is gaining your alignment. You feel me? That's being in tune. That's staying in tune and staying connected. Cause we all are one. What is outside is within. You feel me? What's
Mm.
above is below.
Yeah, I think that that concept in general for me definitely helps me understand the balance that I need to have as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that I'm not ever trying to go outside of myself and try to go through a process of supposedly finding myself. I've never really liked that saying, like saying that, oh, I haven't found myself yet, or I'm in the process of finding myself. Because just even the wording out that expresses that yourself is outside of you. You got to go out somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, to search for who you are. And everything is internal, you know what I'm saying? The outside is inside, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now that I get that, it's easier for me to just understand things, the synchronicities that come, or when I feel like God is talking to me, or what color to choose for my painting, or how to go about making this song. You know what I'm saying? The random acts of service that I feel like doing, and things of that nature, like just understanding that the person that's sleeping on the street, like he's me. You know what I'm saying? Like in general, just straight up and down, like your brother. Keyword. I think that's his. I think that's. I think it's Louis Farrakhan that said this, but just key, if you saying that somebody's your brother, keyword being other, your other self. You know what I'm saying? And you
Mhm.
must do unto him as you would do unto yourself. So if you filtering yourself through righteous ways of operating like that, it's only going to be the exact same. Like what you're outputting is what's gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you are just charging up your environment, energy, and frequency to just be in alignment with what you are giving out, which is to be of his service. If you serve the world, it's gonna serve you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolute. That's absolute, bro. Absolutely. Like I I can't. I want to. I could talk about that and just acts of service for days. But just to be even specific on something, a part of what you just said as well, of saying, having the thought of looking for myself and having a search for myself as if myself is outside of me. You see what I'm saying? That thought, that thought of occurring, those words coming out, you know what
Mm,
I'm saying, from a person's mouth is consumed also a thought consumed. You see what I'm saying? Just
mm,
because it's your own doesn't make it something else.
mm,
You consume that thought as well, and you permeated that energy and that frequency of that for someone else to consume.
mm,
It's not just about what we consume. What do we want others to consume? You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's a moment of it where it's like we gotta watch how we even talking to ourselves, what we consuming to
mm,
self. You see what
mm.
I'm saying? Like
Nah, that's a big one.
that's key. That's primary to be real.
Absolutely.
We gotta remain optimal, and that's a way to, like you said, effectively aid to our spirituality daily. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Being invested in self like in that way daily. Know what I mean, for sure.
Nah, that's deep. Like that self talk is you are what you think, and if you have a negative self narrative, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because that's one thing that I realized that growing up. I used to always wonder, like, why does things just always feel like they just can't ever get better? Like, we homeless shelter after another homeless shelter, bills just can't get paid, this happening, this person getting messed up, and it just felt like it would never ended. Is because in those times of whenever these things would happen, we would reflect and constantly replay these things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm stupid, so I caused this, or
Mm-hmm.
um, this is happening to me because I'm not worthy, or you know what I'm saying, just this negative just way about going about it. You going to tell other people, man, guess what happened to me, and you literally are speaking those words out and just reaffirm everything that you responded to the situation is the way that the universe works. You're affirming to them that that's what you want. You're thinking deeper about how you don't have and how this is fucked up and that's not working and things of that nature. And so that's what the universe brings to you. Stuff like that happened, and you were like, I'm gonna use this. Is this is a part of my hero's journey? There is no dark without light, and I'm making sure that I'm taking this in and reflecting on this in the sense of I'm gonna pull as much as I can from this to throw on my back to walk into that greatness I see within myself. So, like, really being able to root yourself in that way of thinking is gonna do nothing but benefit you and just be a charge up.
Having that self alignment, you know what I mean? It's gonna do nothing but nurture. What you gotta water you water yourself. You feel me?
Finding equilibrium between consuming and creating art is essential for holistic engagement with the creative process. Engaging in artistic endeavors not only enriches our lives, but also serves as a meaningful counterbalance to passive consumption, empowering us to contribute to our own unique perspectives and creations to the artistic landscape. That's actually something that I learned and I heard from a mentor that I listened to. And he basically just said that you need to be overly obsessive about being on your phone. Always be on your phone, but as a producer, not as a consumer. You know what I'm saying? And once I just hearing that made me realize that I just need to. It's not the phone or just social media and these things that can be detrimental to just your mental framework can also be the exact thing that propel you to get to where you need to go and be a tool. Because like you said, a phone is a tool. These apps and things that are a tool to be used or to use. You know what I'm saying? So um, if you take a second to think about things like that, it really starts to make you want to have that type of balance within your life to where, you know what, instead of me sitting here and watching this movie, let me write my thoughts or let me go continue whatever I'm trying to build in my life, or let me just have a consistent continuation of making sure that I am being a producer and a creator in this realm. Because that's, I think, in my personal perspective, I would say that that's one of the root reasons that we're here to create. We're one of the only beings in existence that we know of, at least, that can take something that enters into our mind and bring it into these chairs we sitting on was first in somebody's head. They thought of it. You know what I'm saying? And then they actualized it through the mental, spiritual, and physical. You know what I'm saying? So it's like understanding these concepts from a deeper level on that way is definitely going to be what helps us propel us to the destination that we want to reach. Because at the end of the day, we all are looking for achievement. We all want to have a high quality of life and high quality of health. So I think that this is definitely the a good starting part for somebody, a good starting point for somebody that's on the process of self development. As first, just maybe not even adding things that they consume, but maybe taking a second to cut out stuff first. You know what's on my plate right now that I'm doing right now that's not for me. Let me start there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You feel me? I
What's
definitely
unnecessary, what's unhealthy,
exactly,
extract it immediately. Like like you can't even touch it.
absolutely.
Like you flinching when you even think about it. Like all,
Nah, straight
all the
up.
above, nigga.
Nah, straight up and down, bro. That's just what it has to be. Like
Shit.
especially for men. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for me, like especially the day and age that we living in, it's like being if you're not highly capable in some facet, you know what I'm saying? It's a competitive world out there, I would say, especially for men. You know what I'm saying? All of the money that you want, somebody else want. All of the uh, every position that you want to reach, there's another person that's willing to do just as much or if not more. You know what I'm saying? So it's
That's a
like
fact.
you got to be willing to understand that and play the game. You can't be, don't be mad at the game. You know what I'm saying? Just play it. You feel me?
Put
Because
in work.
absolutely, it's funny because I think that if you start to drift into the framework of like feeling like you don't gotta play the game or you gon' dance around it. It's like that's it's unfortunate because I wish that it did work like that. But at the end of the day, it's like you can just be as articulate as you can, just playing the game and being righteous and making sure that you're not doing things that are detrimental to yourself or to anybody else, but just making sure that you understand the concepts of competition to where you got to be, if you want to fill out a certain space, you got to be a certain level of, you have to have a certain level of skill set in that space. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to compete and win.
What's your resume?
Absolutely. It's winners and losers.
That's a fact.
Most definitely so. Um, I think that this was a great conversation. I really appreciate you, bro, for, you know what I'm saying, coming over here and dropping gems. I know that you have a lot of things going right now. I'm really proud of just all the music I've been hearing from you, bro. You know what I'm saying? All of the stuff that we got building right now. You'll eventually definitely be seeing from us, but I'm just really excited for this next chapter of what we have going for everybody. I think that, man, it's nothing, like I said, we starting with being of service. How can we help you guys? How we can use the medium of art to help you guys upgrade your environment, energy, and experience, just straight up and down. So if we can help do that, man, that's what we're going to try to do every time. Once again, my name is Kiyoshi. This is my boy, Free to God. Thank you for coming, and we out, man. Love.
Love.